Alright, let's start with the biggest elephant in the room. This is Mauricio Pochettino's first return to Stamford Bridge since his shock exit. But wait, the narrative everyone's hyping up is completely backward. Why? Because this isn't just about sentimentality, it's about survival. Poch is under pressure at PSG, but for Chelsea, this match is a microcosm of their entire identity crisis. Let me explain. First, the lineup, Sanchez in goal? That's not a keeper battle, it's a middle finger to Kepa. Remember, Kepa's our record signing, but here's Alonso basically saying, you know what? Let's try someone who won't tank a penalty shootout. Personally, I think this is less about Sanchez's skill and more about sending a message to the entire squad. No one's untouchable. And that's smart. In preseason, it's not about results, it's about power plays. Now, Marco Palestra starting at left back? Let's unpack this. A $60 million signing getting thrown into a friendly. That's not just about giving fans a show. It's about integration. Alonso's screaming, "This is my team now," and forcing Palestra into high-pressure situations against Spurs wingers. But here's the kicker. If Palestra struggles, does that mean Alonso panics and reverts to the chaos of last season? Or does he double down? What this really highlights is how modern managers have to balance short-term results with long-term vision. Wait, but why is Reggie Watson still getting hype? Yeah, he looked sharp against Western Sydney, but let's not forget, preseason performances are like fast food. They taste good instantly, but they don't last. Watson's energy? Cool. But in October, when the league's brutal schedule hits, will he have the stamina? Alonso's playing a dangerous game here, trusting youth over experience. And honestly, that's the only way to rebuild. Here's what nobody's talking about. João Pedro starting up top. This isn't just about his finishing, it's about chemistry. Pedro's a striker, but Alonso's playing him as a lone wolf. That means zero safety nets. If he fails, it's not just his fault, it's the manager's system. And that's the deeper story here. Alonso's testing his entire philosophy in a match that's technically meaningless. But let's zoom out. What does this all mean for the season? If Alonso's starting Palestra, Watson, and Pedro, he's not just picking players, he's picking a narrative. He's telling the board, the fans, and the players, I'm tearing it down and rebuilding. And honestly, that's terrifying, but it's also necessary. Because the alternative, tinkering around the edges, is what got us relegated to mid-table irrelevance. Final thought, this friendly isn't about the scoreline. It's about identity. Every substitution, every formation tweak, every post-match interview, it's all a chess move in Alonso's PR war. He needs to win the dressing room, the fans, and the hierarchy. And he's using a preseason game like this to do it. So next time you watch a meaningless friendly, ask yourself, what's the manager really trying to prove? Let me know your take in the comments, because trust me, there's always more to the story.